Meet Michael Rosbrook of Tax Resolution Services, the nation's top company of CPAs, lawyers, and enrolled agents, helping people get rid of their tax debt and fixing their tax problems with the IRS and with state tax departments.
I'd say 99.9% of our clients are good people that a bad life-altering event took place in their life. For example, the recession. We see so many people who lost their jobs, both the husband and the wife in some cases, and the first thing they do is, because most people don't have savings, they go and raid their 401k or IRA with the intention of putting that money back within 60 days so they don't get hit with the 10% penalty. Well, that doesn't happen. They need the money to live on, and they either get underemployed or not employed at all. And all of a sudden, in addition to the 10% penalty, they're in a higher tax bracket. So that's number one. Number two is we see people who've gotten divorced, nasty custody battles, death or serious illness of a loved one, life happening to people.
Does the IRS make a deal with these people? Can you actually go and get relief?
Absolutely, especially now. In May of 2012, the IRS made their offer and compromise program much more user-friendly, if you will. I've never seen the rules relaxed as they are now in the last 15 years. And it falls under their Fresh Start initiative, where they know the American taxpayer is being squeezed. They know they're behind the eight ball. So the IRS is trying to be a little more lenient in doing these settlements.
Okay, so for this client, we're going to order a current account transcript. Tax years will be 2008 through 2010.
Tax Resolution Services helps people make a deal with the IRS and with the state tax departments. You might be able to make an offer and compromise.
An offer and compromise is a program that the IRS offers, which affords the taxpayer an opportunity based on a financial analysis and a formulaic-driven process to pay a lot less than what they owe.
They'll make a deal.
Yes, they'll make a deal. Absolutely. You have to prove you don't have the money to pay them. It is invasive. It is intrusive. It's a paper blizzard. But if you can sustain that, you'll come out ahead. We've gotten some unbelievable deals. Our average settlement for the last 15 years has been about 17 cents on the dollar when we do offers and compromise.
A lot of the clients who come to Tax Resolution Services haven't filed their tax return in years. Listen to this.
A lot of our clients, I'd say half of them, come to us with an average of 4 to 11 years of unfiled returns.
You're kidding.
No, I am not kidding. Most people
4 to 11 years without filing a tax return?
Yes.
And you can help them?
Yes, all the time. I mean, that's basically our clientele. First thing we do is we get them in compliance, which means we help them prepare all their tax returns to get them in filing compliance. Secondly, we need to look at if they're making quarterly estimated tax payments, if they're independent contractors, or if they're employees, we got to make sure their W-4 is correct so that they're withholding correctly. Because the IRS isn't going to deal with you if you're still digging a hole in the current year. As long as you can show to them that, number one, you're in filing compliance, and number two, that you're in withholding compliance, now they will take a look at doing a deal.
Tax Resolution Services, how may I help you?
Who should call Tax Resolution Services? Well, if you owe $20,000 or more in back taxes, or you have 3 years or more of unfiled tax returns, or you are under audit or face an audit, you are a good candidate for help from Tax Resolution Services.
You sign a power of attorney over to us, and that gives us authority to be your spokesperson. And then what we do is we use the IRS's Internal Revenue Manual and their codes and their regulations to our clients' best advantage.
And what can you accomplish?
What we can accomplish are settlements with regard to reducing the debt in some cases. In other cases, we can represent folks in audits and get their liabilities reduced. We could do penalty abatement. We can do partial pay installment agreements. We can represent people and get innocent spouse relief for them. We ask them a lot of in-depth questions about their financial situation. And you know what? It doesn't matter what happened and how they got into the problem. The main thing is how is their financial situation today and what does it look like going forward? That's the main point.
And that's the case you present to the IRS.
Exactly.
If you think you have to save up money to make a deal with the IRS, you're absolutely wrong. The best time to make a deal with the IRS is when you don't have any money. Listen to this.
If the best time to approach the IRS with a resolution is when you're in the worst financial situation. If you have the means, you have the funds, you have the assets, the IRS isn't going to take a deal. They're going to want you to pay full boat.
So you should call when you're really in trouble.
Exactly, and people need to realize that. Most people say, well, I'm going to wait until things get better, when I have some money. No, that's the worst time to call the IRS.
So the best time to call is when you have no money, when you're really at the end of your rope.
Exactly. I tell people that in my world, good is bad, bad is good. So if you're in a bad situation, it's a good time to approach the IRS.
Fees will vary depending on the taxpayer's case.
What is the best path to resolution, whether that's an offer in compromise, an installment agreement, innocent spouse defense, penalty abatement, waiting out the 10-year collection statute if that's possible. And we also look at bankruptcy, discharging taxes in bankruptcy. That's an option too. I mean, people are able to sleep at night. You know, let us take the burden off your dining room table and bring it into our office and help you.
Tax Resolution Services also offers audit protection, and they have a monthly plan that can help you. The Audit Defense Plan is described on the website taxauditdefense.com. It's like a road service plan for your car. You pay a little each month so that you have someone on your side when you need them.
It's like buying a service warranty on your tax return. It's a prepaid plan. Basically, what it is if you get audited or if you get a notice, we step into taxpayers' shoes. We handle all communication, correspondence. You don't have to. You don't have to call them. We do that.
It all starts with a phone call, and here's the number to call. If you think you're facing a big tax bill you can't pay, get free information. Call Tax Resolution Services at 866-IRS-PROBLEMS. 866-477-7762. taxresolution.com. And for the Audit Defense Services, go to taxauditdefense.com for information.